Hello, everyone. It's been a while. My name is Daniela, and I'm not quite sure what this is. I think for now I would just call this a ramble. I need to deposit something in what I like to call a cave, which is a place where I can be received in love, no judgment. This is the first time I do a video. I don't really know where to look. I'm thinking, I keep looking that way, but I think the camera's over there. So I'm going to try to look over there. Hi, it's nice to see you guys. November 18th, 2025. I'm really glad to have pushed record and to take a chance. I'm set up in my bedroom. I'm set up on 6 books and 2 Kleenex boxes. There's room for improvement. My hair is very short, but I'm enjoying it. There's not much to hide. The age is showing authentically. Oh, shadow and light makes a difference. Anyway, November 18th, Scorpio season 2025. Holy moly, huh? Are we going to remember this one or what? Okay. Let me put my feet on the floor. No socks. Let me ground for a moment so that I remember why I pressed record. I'm holding on to my beautiful rose quartz heart, which reminds me to go to the heart. So, this past weekend was my birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what a birthday it was. I do believe it jump-started the rest of my life and somehow played a role even in my being online right now. So I'm just going to stare over there, hoping I'm looking in the right place now. Doesn't really matter where I'm looking. Oops. You see? Dropped my heart. I lost connection with the heart as I was trying to somehow do this right in a sort of perfectionist kind of way. Now I'm seeing that curtain falling all funny and it's bothering me. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Forgive me. Okay, so this past weekend, there were some words that were spoken and written that really triggered me. I am going through a very meaningful time. And I seem to be really seeing what is going on in my experience, which is all I can speak to, from a distance, from the eagle's perch, from the observer. So I was triggered. Sometimes in 2-3 sentences, boom, 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 boom. It was like 5 or 6 stabs, one after the other, from well-meaning birthday wishes. I do believe they were well-meaning. This has nothing to do with the other people, with those that are doing or saying the things. And I think that's the point of why I want to share this with you. I find it a gift to have this perspective where I can see how something being said or done from the outside, therefore nothing I have any control over, can just it kind of wakes up these geysers of emotion, geysers of emotion. And really, I mean, we're talking about sovereignty, we're talking about authenticity, we're talking about freedom. But if a person outside can say a word and my geysers wake up, well, there's not a lot of sovereignty there, is there? This isn't about control. This isn't about, any of the psychopop. I'm just saying that what I love is that when someone else says something that either hurts me or angers me or makes me sad or makes me feel betrayed, manipulated, you name it. The gift is I follow that thread, like that neurographic drawing. If you don't, look it up. It's fascinating. These threads. And I go and I see where it hooks into me, where that geyser is. And that's where my attention needs to go. That's where my love, compassion, patience, listening, time needs to go. Nothing to do with he, she, they, and whatever. Where did that hit? It reminds me, my beautiful boy, my son, about 6 years ago started having these episodes where his heart would just start pounding really, really quickly. And I mean really quickly, like 250 beats per minute. For no reason, no effort, just sitting reading, and boom, 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 boom. And this started happening regularly, almost every month. Anyway, long story, long, difficult story short. He ended up having a procedure and everything is healed, I suppose. Or anyway, it hasn't happened since, so he's fine. Thank you. But what the cardiologist explained to us was that he had this cluster of cells somewhere in his heart, which he's had since he was born. And it basically woke up at puberty. And so this cluster of cells was electrical. And every time it lit up, which only happened after puberty, it would completely distract the regular heartbeat. The regular heartbeat goes from a valve to a ventricule, or I don't know what they're called. It has a 4-beat thing, to-doom, 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 to-doom. And there's a rhythm. And all of a sudden, this cluster would light up, and that electricity would call the electricity to move there. And so instead of da-dum, 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 it would go to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It completely disrupted the whole homeostasis of the heart. I think that's a beautiful analogy. Someone out there says something or does something. We hear something. We sometimes even remember something, and something in us just lights up and disrupts our homeostasis. We call them triggers. Again, I'm trying to let go of the psych therapeutic thing of analysis. What, when, where, why. Right now, I just focus on love. Because if you follow the thread to see what it touched, it probably touched a really old wound. It opened an old wound. And rather than anger or blame for whoever did that, explore curiosity, compassion, and empathy for the little girl or the little boy who many, many years ago was hurt. And what just happened today just woke it up. And my invitation is for you to take that as a gift, for you to go and be with. That place and discover more about that wound, that initial hurt. And if you can, and if you have the tools and the support to do so, go and see. Go and see. Do you remember when was the first time that you felt that? Rejection, abandonment, manipulation, betrayal. You know, we're all so unique. We're all so different. But those wounds that are being triggered, that we trigger in one another, they're all similar. They're all the same. And the more we get to compassion for us and how we've been hurt, the more naturally we feel that compassion for others who are just souls having a human experience like we are. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. My God, I can't believe I'm doing this on video, but this is getting more and more real. I think the last time I made a video was 2020, and I was showing you the beautiful nature outside. This is more personal now. And I want to show up vulnerably, just in case you're ready and willing to vulnerably go and discover where your geysers are and give them some love and soften so that the next time they'll be less explosive, less tall, less hurtful to you. And you can heal them. You certainly can. All right. Well, this is exciting. Thank you. And I'll see you soon.